This thing really is too small. Need a bigger one. That's more like it.
Hello, string pickers. Run them to the noise. Let's go!
Are you really gonna look at this cute face and not subscribe?
Yes. Yes, I'm aware. I'm aware. Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute. When you took that crazy hick redneck off of my hands, you agreed that there was no returns or nothing. No returns whatsoever. What do you mean you left him on my doorstep? Well, hello, you bunch of string picking guys and gals out there. Welcome back to the String Pickers channel here at my obscene studio. In today's episode, looky, that's right, string pickers. I am finally going to put these things to use. I'm just tired of waiting. I would like to give a shout out to two very close people to me in this guitar community here on YouTube. Number one would be John at Smoke Eater Guitars, which is the person that sent these pickups to me. And number two, to Chris at BCG 5150 Guitars. He inspired me to stop waiting and just go for it. I've installed active pickups. I know how these things work, but when I got this set, I wanted the 2-volume, 2-tone configuration. That's what I wanted. So I was kind of holding out to see what would fall on Marketplace, or, maybe get an Epiphone Les Paul, that was a 2-volume, 2-tone configuration, just that kind of stuff, because I really wanted to treat these like they were just something special and put them in something special that was going to stay here for a long time. But John gifted me these a few months ago. I think maybe 3 months ago now. I'm not really sure on that. 2.5, 3 months. I don't know. But he gifted these to me and told me that he just wasn't into these pickups and that he knew that I played high gain stuff. And you guys, metal. So yeah, today we are going to try and get a guitar ready for some Zakk Wylde EMG pickups. We have the entire wiring harness here, the 3-way switch, all of the knobs, all of the pots, everything that we need to get going, and the bridge and neck. And this is what we're looking at. I'm dying, guys. I really am. I want to know what these are going to sound like. I had thought about putting them in Ritchie back here, but I really don't want to cut on Ritchie, you know, route out all that space and everything for a battery compartment. So today we're going to look at another guitar of mine that I don't have quite so much money invested into, and I love this guitar, and we're going to put this in it. So if you want to stick around, have at it. Join me on this journey. Not sure I'm going to get all this done in one video. Might take two. I don't know. But if this is your first time here,
like and subscribe, by the way. And by the way, I'm back. Don't be trying to give me away anymore.
and the guitar that we're going to stick these in today, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be Dora. Guys, I'm really on the fence about this. I really don't want to do it. I don't. But I found something that I think is going to work. I wanted to keep the black gold color scheme. Now, I do understand that these pickups will be coming out and these will be going in. It's not going to look all that great, but I've got something that I think is going to set it off. So what I am going to do is lose the parts that I was trying to keep track of. There they are. So what I am going to do, since we're putting black pickups in here, is just take these pickups and rings completely out and put brass rings in there. We'll still have the black gold color scheme, and except the pickups will be black and the rings will be gold. So we're going to do that to this guitar today. And I'll tell you why I made the decision to do so is because look at the pickup cavity. I've got plenty of room in here. Now, I did do a lot of work to this guitar. I did actually take all of the pots and everything out of this guitar and replace them and put a push-pull in it. It's got a push-pull knob in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep all of the wiring here, and I'm going to keep these pickups here, and I am going to keep this three-way switch in here. That's not going to change whatsoever, except it needs a little bit of polish on it. But all the same, that's going to stay. The bridge, the plate's going to stay. We're going to keep the same knobs on there. We're just taking the pots out of the back, and we're going to put all of this other in there, and there should be enough room for a battery in there. But I'm going to look at that and make sure that there is going to be, because we may have to route out just a little bit for the battery. I'm not really sure on that. But yeah, that's what we're going to do. We are going to put some Zakk Wylde EMG active pickups in this guitar. And I simply cannot wait to try it out. It is just eating at me and eating at me. And I play this guitar, and this guitar sounds awesome. It's just a great sounding guitar. I mean, Firefly really pulled one out of the hat with this one, I think. Good straight neck, got good low action on it with no buzzing. The nut's cut right. Has a bone nut in there, which is very impressive for a budget guitar. It's an amazing guitar. So how about we get on the bench and we start disassembling this thing and getting it ready for the EMG Zakk Wylde active pickups. Okay guys, here we are on the bench with my good friend Dora the Explorer. So the first thing I want to do is go ahead and take these knobs off of here. That way we can get that done and out of the way. I like these knobs. They look like cylinders out of a revolver. Very cool looking, if you know what I mean. Still got a shell in it, and then 5 empty cylinders. So we've got those off there. Let's go ahead and loosen the strings. Yeah, look here. What do you think about that? Yeah, you know, I got this, and I was like, well, that's too small. That is too small. And then I went and got this one, and I was like, that's too big. So, you know, but no, I figure I'm going to need something like this because I am sick and tired of rubbing this thing all over the floor to find my screws and stuff that fall into the nether regions of the studio. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our strings loosened up. It has been a while since I've changed strings on this guitar, so I'm going to put a fresh set on here. These strings, however, are in relatively good shape, so I'm going to try and save them for extras, much like I did on the last guitar I took them off of. And I'm going to clean stuff up, and I am going to get this thing set to where we can disassemble all of this. Once we get it disassembled, I'll bring you back and I'll let you know how we're going to reassemble this guitar and get everything going like it's supposed to. Now, I did mention that the EMG pickups that I got have the wiring harness and everything. Now, we do have just your run-of-the-mill three-way switch here. We will not be using that. That will be kept as an extra though, but we will be using all of this. And what we have here is we have our hub, and which I am going to have to probably freshen up some of that glue on that. Maybe glue it to the inside. I'm not sure. So we have the 2-volume, 2-tone. All of this is pretty much plug and play. So it's going to be relatively easy. I do have schematics, and I will put them up on screen to show you exactly how this is going to be wired up. But for now, what we're going to do is I'm going to put you on a time lapse. We are going to break this thing down and get it bare and get it ready for everything to go on. You know what we're going to do first? I think first I want to see what these pickup rings are going to look like with these pickups. I think that that's going to make a very, very cool addition to this guitar. It's going to change it up a little, but it is not going to change it up completely. Like all of this is black with gold here, gold knobs, and that's it, and tuners. So let's go ahead and see what these pickups are going to look like inside of these rings. I'll just go ahead and do that first before I put you guys on a time lapse or anything, because I don't want to get into the time lapse and change these out so you guys can't see them. So we have, the only problem is oh, we can use those. Yeah, we can use the gold screws out of this. I don't know that it will be much. Nah, we'll just use these. Yeah, we'll use those. Okay, so let's see real quick what these are going to look like. And guys, when you're installing stuff like this with these little screws, just keep in mind, these guitars, I don't know why they don't, for the money and what they're asking for a lot of this stuff. Why not just go ahead and put some hardened screws and hardened bolts in there and just save your consumers a lot of heartache when they strip out all kinds of screws and stuff. I mean, yeah, I do this all the time, so I have the stuff to do it with, but there are not a lot of people out there that have stuff. They'll strip out something and then have to order new and all that. Oh wow, that's gonna look pretty good. Yeah, that's gonna look real good. Oh, hot dog, I'm excited. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I am going to put you guys on a time lapse and show you exactly what we're going to get to on this thing and go through the process so you don't have to sit through all the boring stuff. Once I get everything out, I will come back and show you what everything looks like, talk a little bit more about what I've run into getting stuff out of here, and then we'll go into putting the new stuff in. So you guys hang tight and we will get right into that.
Let's go! Plug it in, strike the steel, feel the voltage rise. 6 strings screaming like a battle cry. From the basement to the stage, we ignite the wild. Blood, sweat, riffs, this is how we fire. Callous hands, bent notes, feedback rate. Every scar earned in the game. If you live for the chug and the solo attack, you're home right now.
Okay, string pickers, we're getting close to being done. Pay no attention to the mess. We've got all of the knobs. Now, going from a 2-volume 2-tone to a 2-volume 1-tone, I've had to redo all the plug and plays. So I cheated. This is actually from the EMG website. It tells you how to wire up the active pickups for 2 volume, 2 tone, 1 volume, 1 tone, 2 volumes, 1 tone. This helps out if you're not used to this, which I am not. So the thing about it is I took that one out. I'm not using this. I think I mentioned that earlier in the video. I'm not going to be using this one. I wanted to keep the gold look. For a minute, I thought about swapping the gold over to this one, but this one's too small and it just looks a little bit rinky dinky kind of to me compared to the one I've got put in here that I ordered for this guitar. So I took the one that was in here out, cleaned everything up, made sure everything looked okay. But on this one, I've got 3 separate wires and 3 separate grounds. So what I'm going to do is I am going to solder these grounds together and get them real good and set up so we can actually put them into this hub right here. I've got a spot for 2 grounds. Now this is the ground going to the bridge here. Why it's red, I have no idea. I didn't do that come on it like that. But there's 2 ground slots here, and the bridge is going to go into one, and these are going to go into the other. And these 3 green slots, I know you guys probably can't see this, but I'll zoom in as good as I can. These 3 green screws right here, these plug in underneath, going from each point of the 3-way switch. So let's go ahead and get these grounds together. I've had the solder gun heating up for quite some time now. What I'm going to do is wrap 2 around this one. Yeah. Just wrap 2 around this one right here and make sure that those are soldered well together. So I'm going to get my helping hands out here. Just going to clip the end of this one. Get the solder gun and the solder. Now these wires already have a little bit of solder on them, so I'm just going to heat it up a little bit, get that good and warm, and then just apply enough to get all of these right here stuck together. So once we've got that done, then I am going to, I've already cut the ends of these. I need a set of wire strippers like you don't even know. That's probably the only tool that I don't have in here that I could really use. I know I'm going to keep on one of these days and slice my finger off or something and have to do everything like this right here. That's no good. I already had an incident with a circle saw, Timmy. You know what I'm talking about, brother. But yeah, if you can get the wiring diagram for these things, they're not very hard at all to put together. It's like a puzzle, but with wires. That's all there is to it. Did you guys catch that? Did you see that? You see how is it going to cut that with a screwdriver? But I am in the home stretch. I do have room for a battery. I was worried about the hub. The hub's going to sit down here like this. And I am going to move these wires and stuff out of the way. And the battery is going to lay flat just like this right here. And what I plan on doing with it is putting it just on the underside, fixing it to this right here. So just on the underside of this, I am going to rig up a little Velcro thing. It's going to be stuck to the bottom of this, and the battery's going to be on that, and there'll be a piece of Velcro that comes across the top of it that'll hold it into place. So that is going to pan out perfect for this cavity. I turned all of the potentiometers in a direction where the wires kind of feed away from the center, so we're not going to have to worry about that too much. It's going to leave a good sized pocket right here to where all we have to do to change the battery is just take the screws out, lift it up, unplug it, and then put it back down, and then it's good to go. So we're golden as far as that. And but before I do all of that, what we're going to do is we're going to plug these pickups in, put a battery in it, and once we put the battery in it, we're going to do a tap test just to make sure that everything is right, because I do not want to put everything back together and then all of a sudden, something's out of whack. It's just not my jam, man. That sounds like jelly. I like a jam.
You're home right now, no turning back. New blood knocking at the door. Hear that amp? We want more. Turn it up, let the speakers roar. Crank that tone till it shakes the floor. From the obscene studio to the world we go. Metal hearts, one sound, let's go.
Can you give me a minute? Oh, that's so good. Well, string pickers, here we are the next day. I mean, I literally don't know how this thing just doesn't catch on fire when you play it. I mean, it is hot. Those pickups are insane. But once I got it done, I got it strung up and went through the whole time lapse you guys seen, which I apologize for, but I worked on that thing forever yesterday, kept running into problems. I don't know what the deal is with the wiring system. It's so simple and so easy. And then at the end of it, I'm thinking something's backwards. Something's backwards. I'm getting sound for my bridge pickup in the neck position and for the neck pickup in the bridge position. I just couldn't figure it out. I just kept thinking to myself, well, what did I do wrong? The diagrams look right. So I'm looking and I'm taking the little battery bus out and I'm checking my grounds and checking the wires it goes into, you know, where all of that's supposed to be. And guess what? I put the stupid toggle switch in upside down.
I thought I was supposed to be the dumb one.
Yeah, I got to looking at it. Once I took the toggle switch out and I put it back in, I had flipped the toggle switch into the opposite position. So all that time of going through wires and checking to make sure everything was right, and all I had to do was just loosen, turn around, tighten back up. I don't know. Guys, I'm telling you this not because, you know, I'm embarrassed by it, but it is embarrassing. I'm telling you this so that each and every one of you know that when you get into projects like this, things are going to go wrong. You're going to mess things up. A momentary lapse of reason. That's all it is. A momentary lapse of thinking, a momentary lapse of just not knowing what you did 5 minutes before. I think it's old age syndrome or something, OAS, hashtag OAS. But it's finished. String pickers, the Firefly FFLX with a set of Zakk Wylde EMG active pickups. It needs a cleaning. I've been playing it, you know, like before I started the camera, I was jamming out a little bit. But yeah, it seems kind of redundant to put a set of pickups in a guitar that's worth about what the guitar is worth, you know, but I'm telling you, man, I let this thing sit overnight because I wanted the truss rod and the neck to acclimate to the adjustments that I made there. I went through all the frets and checked them. I did have one fret that was kind of up a little bit. I got my little brass fret tapping tool out and kind of pecked that down. Big thanks to Sparky for that because I seen it on his channel and ordered me one. This thing is just absolutely fire now. I mean, just fire. The harmonics, you can hit harmonics so easy. I tested the pickups. They are 22K a piece. 22K. One is like 21.9 and the other one's like 22.1. So 22K between the both of them. Middle position comes in at 11. Very, very nice clean tones. Very nice clean tones. Very, very hot high gain tones. I'm telling you, this thing is ridiculous. So you're probably sitting there thinking to yourself, well, why don't you just shut up and play that thing? Yeah, like stop flopping your chops and play some chops. Okay, I'll play some of this guitar for you. And then we're going to go through what the clean tones sound like and what high gain sounds like. But for right now, we're going to play along to a backing track. I'm going to play along to 2 backing tracks so you guys can see what this thing is capable of on 2 separate fronts as far as harmonics and as far as rhythm. So hang on just a second. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, guys, we are going to go through some clean, some dirty, and some heavy with these pickups. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to, we'll just take care of the gain part of it and get that out of the way because that's what we left off on in those demos. So this is what we sound like with the gain. Okay, guys, now we are going to check out the dirty. We got a little bit of overdrive through a Vox amp and cab simulation. So this is what that is going to sound like. So that is your basic dirty. I have several iterations of dirt for more classic tones besides that, but that's what we got. Now we are on the rig that I built called Casey's Clean, and we are going to listen to the bridge, middle position, and neck pickup on this rig. And that's it, guys. That is the Zakk Wylde EMG pickups. You will be seeing a lot more of this in future videos because I love these pickups. I absolutely do. Guys, I know I've been saying this for a while, and I'm going to say it again. I am a huge Saphew Invader Clones fan. I love the sound of them. I love how well-rounded they are. I love what they sound like. I do. For passive pickups, in my opinion, for budget players and budget guitar parts, they're simply the best, in my opinion, of course, because, you know, I mean, it's preference. It really is. These pickups, however, could I see myself paying $250 for this set of pickups and the wiring and everything? I don't know. I really don't. If I had it to spend on music equipment, yes, definitely. If I wanted something that was just absolutely fire when you hooked it up to any amp or any pedal, then yes, I would. I'd pay it. So as far as my ratings on the EMG active pickups, I am going to go with a 4.8 star. And simply because the only gripe that I had about it was really my fault, not the pickup's fault. I had the diagrams, I had everything laid out, everything like it's supposed to be. Everything went in good. I was able to fit the battery inside the control department on the back, along with the rest of the potentiometers, the battery bus, everything that's in there. But it was just, it didn't turn out as simple as I thought it was going to be. I just thought that it was a simple, just plug, play, go, but it was me. I put the toggle switch in upside down. Yes, I'm an idiot. But now that it's right, it's 4.8 stars all day long. I'll give it that. Money value, I think that $175 would be right for the price. But now I'm factoring in how much all the wiring would cost and what the pickups would cost. Once again, I would like to thank my good buddy John over at Smoke Eater Guitars. If you guys have not been to check his channel out, man, you need to go. Let's get this dude over 1,000 subscribers. I think he's like right at 700 at the time of this video, probably way more than that now. But if you guys aren't subscribed to him, you need to subscribe. He is a solid dude, man. Really have a lot of respect for people of service. You know, your firefighters, first responders, EMTs, people in the military. I've got a lot of respect for people like that. And John is not lacking any of that respect at all. And he is very smart on guitars and on setups and everything. He's just a great tech, an absolutely great tech. So you guys need to go check him out. He's just an amazing dude, and his channel is amazing too, if you need to know how to do any of this. So John, thank you for these pickups. I couldn't wait. I'm sorry. I planned on putting them like in a two-tone, two-volume kind of configuration, maybe in a Les Paul of some sort. But I kept staring at Dora here and thinking, you know what? I'm just going to wire it up for 2-volume, 1-tone, and just be done with it, because I know what those pickups are going to sound like, and I know that it would make that guitar great if I put them in that. So I went with it, and they did not disappoint at all. They did not disappoint. So also would love to give a big thanks to Chris at BCG 5150. About a month ago, he put out a video where he installed some Kirk Hammett active pickups in the exact same model and make of guitar that I have here. It is a Firefly FFLX, although his is a whole lot prettier than mine. I love the flame maple top and everything he had on his. But he's the one who inspired me to actually go forward with this, to stop waiting and just put him in this and do it. And I talked to him, told him that I was thinking about it, and he said, do it, just do it. So that's what I did when we got it done. So I am extremely happy now that I'm able to use these pickups that were gifted to me by John, and I had the help and the encouragement from Chris that I got. Also in this video, I would like to give a big shout out to Sparky Guitars at 971. I run into a high fret on this guitar, and he had showed me a video a while back. It's been way back, I guess. And it's a little brass fret tapper that you put down and peck with your fret hammer, and it just kind of contours to the fret to where you can go across it. And that thing helped out a whole lot. Although I'm still going to have to maybe raise the action on that guitar a little bit. I got just a little bit of buzz. May have to adjust the truss rod a little bit more, give it a little bit more relief. But man, I am happy. I'm loving it. But guys, that's all I got for you in this video. There's not going to be a part 2 to this. There will be videos showing this guitar in there, but I got it all done in one video, so we can go ahead and knock that out of the park. I've got a lot more videos on the way. You guys subscribe, you know? I mean, join the String Pickers family here, you know? I mean, come in for a laugh and maybe watch a review on something, or let me show you how I do something that might help you out, you know? Or maybe you can tell me in the comment section below how you do something and help me out. But that's all I got, guys. I really appreciate it. I hope that you and yours are having the most blessed day ever, and I pray that God is with you all. Until next time, later.
Let's go!